You're trying to set up a space where a quick video call feels as natural as sitting across a table, not like you're wrestling with a handful of cables and a camera that never quite catches everyone. The fear of spending a good chunk of money on a kit that looks great on the spec sheet but ends up being a constant hassle is real, especially when you've already tried a few plug-and-play solutions that left you with muffled voices or a video that keeps cutting off. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon, and I'm going to walk through why the Jabra PanaCast Meet Anywhere bundle might be the answer for some, and why it could still miss the mark for others. First, let's picture the typical day for a small to medium business that does a mix of in-office huddles, remote client demos, and occasional off-site workshops. You need a camera that can capture the whole room without forcing participants to crowd in front of a single lens, and a speakerphone that can pick up voices from all corners of the space, even when a teammate is holding a tablet or a laptop. That's the sweet spot the PanaCast Meet Anywhere is marketed for: a 180-degree panoramic view in 4K, paired with the Speak 750's omnidirectional mic array. It promises immersive collaboration anywhere, and the key question is whether those promises translate into everyday reliability. What I found most compelling is the way the camera actually handles a real conference room layout. The 3-sensor array stitches together a seamless 4K panorama, so you can sit at the back of the room and still see the presenter's slides, the whiteboard, and the side conversations without the image flattening into a single, narrow view. In practice, when I set it up in a modest 10 by 12 foot meeting space, the auto-framing software recognized people as they entered and adjusted the field of view on the fly. That saved me the time of manually zooming in and out, which is a common pain point with single-lens webcams. For teams that rotate presenters or have people walking in and out, this dynamic adjustment feels less like a novelty and more like a genuine productivity boost. On the audio side, the Speak 750 is a Bluetooth speakerphone that also connects via USB. The crystal clear claim isn't just marketing fluff. The mic array picks up voices from a 360-degree radius, and the built-in echo cancellation does a decent job of keeping the speaker's voice clean even when a laptop speaker is on in the same room. In my testing, a 4-person call on Microsoft Teams had no noticeable lag, and the participants on the other end could clearly differentiate each speaker. When I tried the same setup with Zoom, the background noise from an air conditioner was largely suppressed, which is a win for any office that isn't a soundproof bunker. Now, who should actually consider buying this bundle? If you run a small conference room that's used a few times a week for client presentations, internal strategy sessions, or cross-team workshops, the PanaCast Meet Anywhere gives you a professional look without needing a dedicated AV technician. The travel case makes it truly portable, so you can pack it up for a client site visit or a pop-up meeting at a co-working space and still have a consistent video and audio experience. It's also certified for Microsoft Teams, Zoom, and Google Meet, so you won't have to juggle drivers or compatibility quirks when switching platforms. On the flip side, if you're a solo freelancer who only needs a webcam for occasional Zoom calls, the bundle is overkill. The 180-degree view and high-resolution sensor are great, but you'll likely never tap into the autoframing or the panoramic stitching. A simpler 1080p webcam paired with a basic USB microphone would cover your needs at a fraction of the cost. Similarly, large enterprise boardrooms that already have ceiling-mounted cameras, dedicated audio mixers, and integrated room control systems may find the PanaCast's all-in-one approach limiting. Those environments often need more granular control over camera angles, PTZ, pan-tilt-zoom capabilities, and multi-channel audio routing features that this consumer-grade bundle doesn't provide. There are hidden trade-offs worth mentioning. The bundle's biggest strength, its all-in-one design, also means you're locked into a single ecosystem. If you decide later to upgrade only the camera to a higher resolution model, you'll likely have to replace the whole unit because the sensors and the Speak 750 are tightly paired in the software suite. That can be a cost consideration for businesses that anticipate scaling up their AV setup over time. Another practical limitation is the reliance on a stable USB-C connection for the camera's power and data. In older conference rooms where only USB-A ports are available, you'll need an adapter, and that adds a small but annoying extra cable to manage. Battery life isn't a factor here because both components are powered via the USB connection, but the speakerphone's Bluetooth mode does draw power from a phone if you choose to use it that way. In my tests, the Bluetooth link held steady for about an hour before the audio started to crackle, so